Life is true.
Yeah. Life is very
Life is true,
life.
man. If you're not, if you're not, if you're not careful, these days, it's a, we live in the toxic world now.
Oh yeah, where everything is toxic if it's
Yeah.
not 100% right.
Everything is toxic, man. People are just like 3 seconds from exploding for nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing. You when you see like I've been on YouTube just watching a video and stuff. I'm like, he killed this person just because they walked past his car or something crazy, or he looked at him crazy. Like, yo, life is too short.
Yeah, you gotta be careful by the other people around you. Then that's just like driving a car.
Yeah.
It's not you that's gonna get in an accident. Like most of the time, it's someone else.
But that's one thing I learned in Texas. Like, especially states that have laws like gun laws like this.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, especially them youngins with no father figure, no guidance.
No guidance. Yeah. It's just like it's just a trigger away. Anybody can get a gun.
Anybody except.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except who? Except who?
People with like felonies and stuff.
Man.
And me, I can't get one.
No, but I mean,
like there's always a way to get like gun shows, or you can
yeah.
ask your sister or brother to walk in with you.
I'm just saying they always have people always have access to a gun.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
So you just gotta take it slow, man.
Yeah.
We're just talking about Deep Ellum earlier too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The man, I don't even know what to say.
We used to go there just to party.
Yeah, we
have
did.
a good time and chill. That was the spot. And we're not talking about 10 years or 15 years.
I'm talking about like 4 years ago.
Like 4 years ago,
4
more
or
like
5.
2.
Oh yeah, like 2 years ago. You're right. Now when I first saw someone like got shot up over there, I was just like, what? Over there?
Yo, now it's like every other day.
Every weekend.
Every weekend, somebody's like, it's like it's crazy, man. But we're rolling. That's how we usually do it. We just go in.
Right.
So no need no introduction. The man with many names. The man with I can't even start naming what I call you. Some of these are mine that I just make up, but they relate. Chandala.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane.
Oh,
Craniac.
Man.
New York's finest. Brooklyn. Brooklyn's finest.
Yeah, the whole enchilada.
Oh my God, we need a whole book.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. I mean, I couldn't wait for this one. A lot of people. This might be the episode, to take off.
Yeah, you never know, man. Yeah. I'm just glad to be here, man.
You know what I mean?
Right when I first saw you jump the gun on this, I was like, man, this is.
I know,
this
man.
is me.
Yeah, you've been one thing I'll tell you, man. You've been the one person who helped. Like you probably don't even understand this, but you push me a lot to my limits. Like a lot of times when I feel like I don't feel like doing stuff. You always you say things that you might just be saying it, but then I think about it. I'm like, yeah, he's right. Then it kind of moves me towards it. Like the things, because everybody has some their conscious side. There's some things that I be feeling different. Like I may just say, yo, I feel old or something, and you take it seriously. Like, nah, man. You give me examples of people that are doing it that are my age, that are 10 years older than me. You just say it, like, but you be speaking the truth. So
yeah.
So I mean, even since we met you, man, I remember the very first time I met you.
Damn.
I came from Maryland, and I had to go back and handle some business, and then you met Mitch, and Mitch called me. He said, man, you gotta meet this guy, Daystar. I was like, what's so special? He said, man, I want you to meet this guy. He really wanted me to meet you. Like, he's like, this guy, you'll like this guy, man. Like, because you put him on a show, you showed him love. It was just natural. It was a natural, and 6-7 years later, look at us. We're still cool. It's 2014, cool. Right?
Yeah, it was 2014.
You're the very first person that we met in Texas. Like sometimes you meet friends, and then usually like your first, like even your first best friend, you probably don't even talk to them anymore. You don't even know
Yeah.
where they are. But
Yeah,
you're the
that-
one person that we've always stayed in touch with, man. But it goes
No
on to
matter
show you
what.
it goes on to show you what kind of person you are, man. You know?
Yo, I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. Like, me and y'all was like a blessing, man. Like, I still remember that day clear as day. Like,
Yeah.
if I could go back to that day, I would, because that's like
Yeah.
crazy how fast it was. That whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were at that show.
Yeah.
And then they told me way later, like, I think months later, that you were there, but in the car drunk.
Yeah. I was about to
Screaming,
say,
like-
man, I remember that day. I was gone. I was
like,
gone.
what?
I had a little way too many.
Yeah,
A
you
little
were
way too
excited
many.
for
I was
being
excited,
there.
man. I like being in like, when I first moved to Texas, man. I don't even know, like, I have friends that just talk about Texas, like, I don't want to move to Texas. When I do this, I'm gonna move to another state. It's a beautiful state, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel free. Maybe because I used to be in Maryland. I love Maryland, but it's not Texas.
Yeah, it's not Texas, man.
It's not Texas, man. I just feel at home here. So I see why people are patriotic about Texas.
Right.
That's why it's at, man. Them Texas Longhorns. The other name, the official name I forgot to mention, Dallas County Batman.
Oh, Dallas County Batman, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, saving loves.
Such is alive.
Yeah,
Such is life,
appreciate you, man. So what made you feel like you needed to take over the effort and the pressure and the what do you call it, the responsibility to be the safeguard for the county of Dallas, Texas town, county. How did this come about? Like the Texas. I remember the first day you called me about it, but I just want to hear from your point of view.
You remember that? The
Yeah.
first day I told you, like, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be.
You asked me, you say, yo, do you know any character? You asked me, I can't remember.
Oh, if you have any, like,
Yeah,
supplies.
supplies for, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought you were just going to a show, like, you're trying to make up like a character for a show, like,
Oh.
I was like, well, that's dope, but you didn't waste time. Next thing I'm seeing your news, I'm seeing your Instagram. I was like, yo, that's star.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
yeah.
man. It goes on to say what I was saying when I started. I said, man, you're a man of your word. That's the biggest thing I think you have with you. Even coming here, man. We how long we try to do this.
Oh yeah. Like last week,
Last week, and
even this Monday
Yeah.
but I couldn't make it this Monday, and I didn't call you, so that's like.
Yeah, but I know you now, so I know like
Yeah.
I can feel your temperature without even you like reaching out, like, so I could tell like something was going on and stuff. Yeah, you can move it close to you if you want.
Oh
to,
yeah, it's
but
all
I can hear
good.
you clearly though. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, what started me doing this was well, I'm gonna tell you both situations.
Yeah.
I saw it was during the George Floyd riots. I didn't see it at that time, but I saw it like around end of last year. There was a guy from Bucks County in Philly. He walked through the riots in a Batman suit. He became viral, and I people. And when I saw that and I looked him up, did research, like this guy just does that, and I'm like, wow. And he's a white guy too. He
Yeah.
doesn't care if he's walking through the hood.
Was-
Doesn't care about. Yeah, he's called Bucks County Batman. Like, shout out Bucks County Batman. Like, your inspiration.
Yeah.
And last year, also, I was doing a lot of industry things. I performed at, even this year, South by Southwest. I performed there. I did some shows for Untitled Chapter and Tay Money, and doing the videos with the Lamborghinis and Bentleys and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And you know what? I always knew like I was missing something that wasn't there, because what I look like, okay, like it's like I look like someone that's part of the alphabet. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
Right.
Daystar in there. It's the same. Like, guy with long braids. Okay, who haven't we seen that?
Yeah.
That fashion designer on, blah, blah, blah. Like
Yeah. Like we've seen it all.
We've seen it all, So I felt like that wasn't enough for me. So I always wanted to be very controversial and to be a little way different
Right.
in my own way. And with that and that Bucks County thing coming together, I'm like, let me go do that. with my music and fashion
Yeah.
and make it something to inspire people while looking crazy as fuck. A black man, dark skin, in a bat suit. Like, I'm like, okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I dig it. I get it, man. I get it. And it brings the character to you too, because when you it's funny, I was saying this to my brother Marlon the other day. I said, you're a character. Like, like Batman is a character.
Yeah.
Like all these shows.
All
those
things,
shows, that's really
yeah.
where it starts off at. And
Right.
and it comes natural with you, you know what I mean? So because if you're making music, and I was even thinking like, man, I should have thought about this earlier. Like when I was really starting to make music, it makes sense because I could see where this could go. I mean, because it makes sense because you want to have, it's like, you want people to enjoy the music. Like you said, I was watching Rolling Loud the other day.
Yeah.
They're all doing the same thing, like you said right now.
Like just jumping
hair and stuff,
up,
yeah. But then like we were saying, I said the emo kids or whatever. But when you see like, I think Travis Scott, I can give that to him. He tried. He did his. He's kind of. He did it.
He's in his own lane. Like this guy is doing things that like Michael Jackson would do.
Right.
Not the dancing, but like the effects, the coming down a little tightrope, like Lady Gaga stuff. Other rappers, not really. Like I don't see any.
It's the same thing. Going to the studio, make a song. There's no. That's why I really like what you're doing right now, honestly. And I'm saying this from from my heart, because even me calling myself Malware, that was kind of the idea to be something else. Because I think
like a virus to the system.
Virus to the system, almost because
like.
you make it. I should have followed through, maybe wearing like just to make it to act your character, because that's what it is.
Right.
That's your creative side.
Exactly.
And like when you talk about grunge music or
like Kurt Cobain.
I didn't understand those people until like now. I'm like, wow, now I admire it. And now everybody's like trying to dress like that now. They're like Metallica and stuff like that. All those type of genres, it makes sense now. Like I saw, when you came to the shower, you saw you had you had the painting and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was dope.
Like Kiss, Slipknot.
Slipknot stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Slipknot, when they're doing this 95, 2005,
wearing the mask.
Exactly. And we didn't understand it. We were just behind. And now, Uzi, look at his hair. Now
he's saying he's Batman and stuff like
that. So I say this to say that I get it, man. And I like it, and I want you to keep doing that, man, because it brings especially like the music you make.
Right.
It's just like you see Batman in his music videos. That's dope. Like that's it's just something different. Very soon now you're gonna see Spider-Mans are gonna come out and they're gonna come out.
Just takes that. Destroying anxiety, destroy that, that thing in you just to go and do that,
Yeah. But the guy you said, you mentioned from Philly, was he the one breaking the windows though? Like when the whole thing was going on?
No.
There was a guy who was, going, when the protests were going on.
Yeah.
There was another guy who was dressed as a character. I don't know what character he was.
No, that wasn't. He just like walked through there and in the smoke, and it looked like something from the Dark Knight film or something.
Yeah. So you just saw him. It's amazing how you got to see him when all this was happening.
Yeah.
And that inspired you to be something else. And very soon you're gonna be talking. Very soon you're gonna be coordinating with him too, collaborating with him.
Oh yeah, I just actually hit up his Joker.
You did?
Yeah. Oh. We talked. He followed me.
Oh yeah.
He followed me. I didn't even follow him. Like
really?
Yeah. That like them two always do stuff together. So
yeah,
that was crazy. He hit me up.
I saw something
he has
with
dreads.
the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah. He has a green dress. I said I'll fly him out here.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, okay, bet. So I'm just waiting. People. Some people flake, some people don't. I'm just trying to see if he's.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing too. I applaud you about, because you understand the instincts of a human being.
Yeah.
You understand. You're the one person like who doesn't take stuff personal. Like you a very good judgment of character, and I think that's why you get along with us and Mitch and all those, because you get it. You don't do the whole. If somebody tries to give you excuses, oh yo, you're like, no man, I get it. Like you don't hold grudges. You don't hold
animosity and stuff, like be like, he's always faking. He's always flaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah. Cause I know I can't control things. If I say let's go to Puerto Rico and you say yes, and I go to Puerto Rico and you
Don't
don't,
go. Yeah.
I can't control you from going.
Yeah.
You can't control nobody. Like, you can't control nobody. Even if
Yeah.
you bought the ticket, even
Mhm.
it's not like there's no way anybody can control anybody.
Things happen too.
Things happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have missed your flight.
Mhm.
You could have went to a, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I learned. I learned that like
Early in the game.
early, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. That's that's one thing. I used to have a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. I used to, because to be honest, as a person, like people would say, Mel is nice and stuff like that, but people didn't know in the background. Not now so much, but back then, when I was, because the type of person I am,
Yeah.
I was trying to please everybody at the same time, and this used to stress me. It used to depress me, like, because especially girls, because I'm trying to hang out with this girl, and this girl hits me up, and this girl. That's why I used to always get myself in trouble. In most cases, it's not like I was even cheating. It's just because I wanted to be everywhere in one place.
Yeah.
But when I met people like you and stuff, you understand to say, hey, my bad, I can't make it. It's okay. Me, it used to bother me like, oh damn, I just faked on this person. What do I do? And even up to now, it's kind of like people who know me, they feel like it's okay. You don't have to, like, because they feel like I feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations. So so I that's one thing. That's why I say, man, it's a good thing that you you understand people that way, and you understand. I remember we used to say this, I think it's a book that says you should always expect disappointment, so that way you don't have to worry about anything else. You should always
exactly.
because if you always expect the best out of every situation, then you never gonna live life.
I was gonna get disappointed.
Yeah. You did the same thing to me. I mean, today as we're speaking, this chick, I was doubting myself. Obviously, like a lot of people do. Like it's like you see a girl's picture, you're like, but what people don't understand is like, when you approach a chick or approach a girl, right?
Yeah.
The way they are, and me, even though I've always been, I didn't even understand this myself, but I was just, I just used to just go in and take a chance.
Right.
But the thing about it, half the time when you approach a girl or anything that you feel like is too far beyond you, they're feeling the same way about you too. You'd be surprised once you start talking to them. You're like,
damn,
they're just human.
Really like me. Yeah.
They're just exactly.
It's just like talking to another guy. Like,
yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, because it's all a picture. It's all Instagram, It's just all once you develop that, that's probably why you've been with a lot of people that are like, I would never like, you've been with Limes, you probably met a lot of rappers, celebrities and stuff like that, just because of that attitude, because you don't sit there even when you get with promotion and marketing and music. It's a numbers game. You want to get a following, you want to get people, you want to get people like followers and stuff. One thing I respect about you, especially today, like you approach people, because it's like you asking somebody, hey, or not even asking them, just tell them, hey, I do this, I do music, here's my password, here's my Instagram, I'm sorry, follow me. People cannot even do that. A lot of people cannot do that. They're scared to do that because they're embarrassed, they're ashamed to do that. You know what I mean? But I get it. It's like you gotta have the childlike mentality. That's how I would tell him, Marlon. Like I like how he does like a vlog and stuff like that, because most adults can do that. They're scared to be behind camera.
Yeah. Most people have insecurities to do that.
Insecurities, man.
Man, that vlogging stuff, it's a
a
very
move.
big confidence,
It's very big confidence.
Yeah.
It looks different when you see it from but when you actually turn the cameras on, it's a different ball game.
It's a different ball game.
It's a different ball game. A lot of people cannot really, understand. They can't do that, but I get it. It's just it's not, things are not for everybody.
Everybody got their own superpower.
Yeah. But it's it is what it is. But I want to ask you something too. While we're still on this topic, how are you? Because I was talking about the world being toxic.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the? Because with the mental health, because right now is where it's said it's all-time high.
Mental health?
Yeah, like, do you get anxiety or sometimes you get irritated just because...
I actually get high off the anxiety I get.
You get high off the anxiety?
Yeah, everywhere I go, like, my anxiety makes me feel good.
And it makes you so you take advantage of it.
Yeah, like, I know people will talk shit about me walking by anywhere I go, or they're going to love me, like... Someone's going to be like, look at this black guy in a bat suit. That's black man right there. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to expect that. Like I learned too that like people hate because they don't have the courage to do what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know, anything that you're doing and someone hates, it's just because they're really hating on themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
very true.
yeah, that really so yeah, I mental health, yeah, I definitely you know, I'm a human being, like I get depressed too,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
stuff like that. But when I get depressed, man, like my depression is like I start procrastinating a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to get out the house.
Yeah.
Like I gotta get out the house
Mm-hmm.
to like end that depression. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like that's the only person fighting you is yourself.
That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
very true because it got worse too with COVID.
Yeah.
People don't go out no more.
They don't go out no more.
And
Still wearing masks while driving and stuff.
exactly. And then us being especially I can only speak for black people because I'm black, you know.
Yeah.
We for a long time we never understood or accepted that we, like you said, you're human too, you get depressed,
Yeah.
a lot of artists, a lot of people in the hood or anybody in the streets, they don't accept that they get depressed. They don't think that they get depressed, but because depression, it just hits you, don't know that you're depressed,
Right.
Like I feel like when most people pop pills and stuff, it's coming from somewhere. You don't just wake up and say, you feel like you wake up and say, I feel like taking pills, and then you become a zombie all day.
Yeah, that's trauma. You've been traumatized.
Traumatized.
Yeah.
You're trying to get the pain away, but a lot of
Right.
us don't understand that. 'Cause we just feel like the average person thinks they do that to have a good time, but they're doing that to get away from the trauma.
Yeah.
They don't understand that. Maybe when you get older, you start understanding, like, like I don't even smoke weed, anymore. I did used to smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
I've smoked weed. I've done it all. But when I realized how hard it was for me to stop doing it, I was like, yeah, Brooklyn, we have a problem. Because I was like, I'm addicted to this. Because, when you're doing stuff or when you're doing anything like that, you don't say you're addicted. You just feel like you're doing something to be. Some people just do it. I'm speaking for myself. Some people do it to just have a good time.
Yeah.
But I got to a point where I'm spending like $300, $400 a week.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And it's not even like I got the money like that, but I was just sitting there like, yo, you know what I could have been doing with that $500? I'm like, this is crazy. And it's crazy because, in other, like, other, in my own perspective, I feel like in other, if you see other not genres, other races and stuff, or other people really, other than we talking about black people, they smoke, the way they smoke weed, because, I listen, like, sometimes I listen to, like, Joe Rogan. I'm everywhere. I hang out with different kinds of people.
Oh, yeah, Joe Rogan, yeah. He be saying some real stuff.
Some real stuff.
Yeah.
Because he smokes weed. He smokes, but he's a multi-billionaire, multi-millionaire.
He knows how to fight, too.
He knows how to fight. Yeah, he does. But because he says, I'm not addicted and stuff, but here's what I think about people like him. Not because he's white or whatever, but just this type of disciplinary. I feel like he can control that because I don't think he's smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
We are so programmed to smoke. Because a blunt, a big piece of weed, that's a lot of weed, but we don't know that. Some people, they just hit like a bong and they leave it alone. They're good. Because you just want to get that mental stimulation and go away.
Right.
But we sitting there hitting a whole thing because sometimes, less is enough. So, but we become accustomed, like, why do you have to have a big old a trumpet of, that's why we go crazy. That's why we're angry. That's why we, and it's not only black people. I know that. I'm just saying in general, most especially younger people, that's the cool thing to do. But you see, most adults, they even do, like, even white paper because the brown paper. There's a whole lot of, too much of anything can kill you.
Right, that's true.
So it's just like when I started seeing things like that, I started listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and especially like that talk about black success, black excellence and stuff like that. And I watched this one guy, can't remember his name. He has a podcast. He was talking about himself too, like I'm doing right now. He's like, he feels like weed kills black people, and people were commenting, oh no, you're being. He's like it makes you lazy. Number one. In general, weed just makes you lazy. But if you hit a whole thing like this and say, oh, I'm used to it, you're just telling yourself that,
Yeah.
you just, it's a downer, it's nothing bad about it. And I'm just talking about weed because that's what I know. All the other drugs, I feel like they're the same thing, and that's kind of me judging myself, like I had to stop. I was like, it's not good because it was like I would wake up before I think of anything else. What I need is, weed.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just got to that because I feel like for my mental state, what helped me, my anxiety and stuff. I thought that was helping me, but it was actually making it worse because it made me develop another addiction or another bad habit. Whereas when I stopped, I'm happy, I'm out there, I'm out there and stuff like that, and it's like, and I'm not saying maybe one day, when I retire, make billions of dollars with this show, I might not try every now and then, but I feel like, that helped a lot. And you used to always, like, one thing I give it to you, always used to, like, you've never been like a drug person or anything, like, because we were young, we've been around, all this stuff, but you always knew this. I know that you always knew, even if you did anything, made the alcohol or something, you always do it in small. I used to watch you. Like, if everybody's drinking, just take a shot. He said, "No, I'm good." I was like, "Yo, everybody, no, I'm good. That's all I need." And then I was like, "Oh, this guy he's hip. He knows." Yo, because that Cavassier is killing black people.
Yeah, man. That
The
you keep
Cavassier,
drinking that.
the brown. Yo, it's only a certain kind of
That's
people
just
that
gonna
drink
give you
brown.
liver cancer, and make your liver fail.
Exactly.
Man, I
So-
don't even drink stuff like that no more. I don't really drink a lot at all. But
Yeah, you can have fun. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Obviously, there's nothing wrong.
yeah.
Everybody does it. It's becoming legalized. But I was just speaking for myself because we're talking about mental health and anxiety, and right now, I'm trying different things that are going on, my one wheel,
Right.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then I still drink here and there, but I'm not doing it like to get crazy, like just like a beer or something. I'm good like that,
Right.
and I move on.
Not like 2015. and all
Oh
them
man,
days,
2015,
man.
my eyes were shut the entire year. hmm
Yeah, you
But we had a
went
good
crazy
time. I
just-
feel like it's a cycle that we all have to go through, and especially now that we're starting to grow up, to have kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are the things we have to look out for, and watch out, and be able to help them out of that.
Yeah, it gives them advice and all that. Like,
Yeah,
that all that was necessary that needed to happen.
it needed
So,
to, because once you get experienced,
Oh,
you know how to handle it. Yeah,
it's-
but we had a good time, man. We had a good time. I can't front. We
I
had a
wouldn't
very good
change
time.
anything about it.
Never, never. Because, a world in harmony is not a world that's perfect. It's a world that has ups and downs. It makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger,
Right.
So that's good, man.
It's just crazy how nowadays the kids get everything like that. Like, you want fentanyl or anything like that, you could be like 15, you get it.
And they talk about it like it's...
Because it kills you, like...
Yeah, it kills me if I hear, like, just you saying the word fentanyl makes my hair, like,
Like, you're like, oh,
oh my
shit.
gosh, like, but them, it's nothing. It's not even hardcore. They used to call us junkies. Back then we used to call people who did that. We never associated ourselves, needles and all that stuff. We never like, whoa,
Yeah.
But these days, that's the cool thing to do. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, and all these rappers are dying. They're getting shot in LA. Man, it's a different world. But I guess every generation does that. Every generation has been bad in its own way.
Yeah.
There's been a cigarette pandemic. there's been the cocaine years, the 80s.
Yeah.
So
The what's it called? Those things that Jordan Belfont used to take.
mm-hmm.
What were they called?
Oh, I can't remember.
They were like Xanax, what?
Yeah, but I
harder.
can't remember. I can't remember what they're called. I just watched that movie too again for the third time.
You did?
Yeah, I can never get that movie.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
dope
I don't
movie.
need to watch that again. I've seen that
So many
twice.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie was crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe you asked me if I've ever watched Breaking Bad.
Yo,
Breaking
I
Bad.
guess that was. I mean, yeah. Man, that show was really good, man. Like,
That was one of the best. I didn't even realize because I watched it quite a long time ago,
yeah.
but I didn't realize like
It starts off like
crazy.
the first episode is good because you're just like, damn, like what? This guy is a chemist.
Mm-hmm.
He's dying. Like, the script is amazing. Like, there's this guy, he he's emotional. This other guy's emotional. He's Jesse Pinkman, like he's emotional. He can't deal with certain things a certain way, and this guy Walter White has this relationship. Like he sees him like as a son, like
Yeah.
that he's trying to help because he sees like this guy's been through a lot, and it's just real life stuff. Like I've never seen someone OD like that. I never even knew about like heroin like that. Like how that girl died like that, like flipping them over on their back. That's why they always tell you don't do that when they're on age like that. Like,
Do you think they predicted this though? What's going on right now? Because they're telling you exactly what's going on today on that show, and that show was out in like what? I think it was
2008
or 9.
9,
Yeah,
like 2009.
I'm sure it was
yeah.
already happening, but it's a pandemic right now because of heroin. It's a heroin pandemic right now
Over here in Dallas.
in the world, in the country.
Really?
Yeah, you should watch. You should watch this show. What is it called? That talks about that. Shoot, man, I'm forgetting a lot today.
It's saying like how it's increased the usage.
Yeah, so it really talks about oxy, and I think you can call me on this. I think there's heroin in oxy. It's the company. So this stuff, I'm sure you know that this stuff is coming from the scary thing about it. It's coming from
Mexico.
it's coming from the pharmaceutical companies. It's a
Okay.
prescription drug.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. It's bothering me. But it's coming from the pharmacies. So this show talks about how they discovered oxy, and when they saw the power, because when they it's scary because when they make a drug, when pharmaceutical companies make a drug like for headaches and stuff, right? It goes through a lot of the trials and stuff, and then they give it to the
Consumers.
no, they sell it to the doctors. So they go to the doctors and pitch it and say, "Hell, this is the best drug. If your patients are having headache, it will help them. It's good, all this stuff, right?" So the doctors will make the decision because they're the ones who are paying from the pharmaceuticals. We are paying the doctors. The doctors are paying, but the doctors are buying a bunch, So then for the pharmaceuticals to make a lot of money, doctors have to prescribe it a lot to a lot of people. So this oxy was so good that some doctors ended up not even checking. Hey, you walk in here. Hey, I have it. My finger's hurting. Oxy. You were coming in because you're addicted to the drug. The doctor's addicted to the money. The pharmaceutical company is addicted to the money. So it's like, so they started off with a small dose when they introduced the drug for the first time, and then they saw how good it was doing. It's just like any business. It was doing good. When they saw how good it was doing, they increased the dose. So the pills started getting bigger. The amount of drugs they put in there started getting bigger, and that's what spread the pandemic. And the thing that people don't like is because, you see, like I'm telling you right now, the company that did the drug, they just got fined, and you will see nobody's talking about it. It was under the wraps and stuff. They got fined like $5.6 billion. To them, that's pennies, because they were purposely making it strong and was killing people, but they didn't care because the money was coming. It's a family business. It's a company. It's like Johnson & Johnson or something like that. They were making so much money, so they would go into boardrooms and talk about it, and they'd be like, oh, we're doing good. Okay, it's 80 milligrams per pill. Let's make 100 milligrams a pill. So, and then, people are taking 2 because they feel good. And the crazy thing is most people were getting addicted at the time were old people because they have joint pain and stuff like that.
They were probably taking it with alcohol too.
They were taking alcohol. Then it got to the
Yeah.
kids, and the kids were like, yo, it's like, this is the drug, and that's what made it. And it's also legal. It's not like weed, It's crazy. It got to a point where there were doctors that were actually just drug dealers. They are the drug dealers. Oxy, the syrup and stuff,
Oxycontin,
and syrup and meth,
promethazine.
all that stuff is coming from the doctors. Those are the people we have because you can't just get it over the counter. So
Yeah, that's
in
true.
California and all these states, some doctors actually became drug dealers. They were working with people who would actually come in and act like they were sick, and then they'll give them drugs and they'll sell it on the streets because they were making more money on the streets than they were doing with the patients. Oh, it's called Dope Sick. I had to look for it. Dope Sick. You should watch that show.
Dope sick.
Dope sick.
I'm gonna put
When
it
I
on my
watched it, I
list.
thought it was just about people getting drugs, but I didn't know about they were telling you where the drugs are coming from. So the joke that everybody says like when the drug, everybody was quiet about it until it got into the suburbs and all these suburb kids, the rich kids started dying, and they were like, okay, we gotta do something about this. Yeah, man, it's a whole family. It was like that family was actually running the country, and the FDA that oversees all the drugs and everything that comes in that goes to the pharmaceuticals and stuff.
Yeah.
They were making so much money and they were scared of this, of this company
Yeah.
that they were just ignoring it until I don't want to mess up the show for you, but the it's a real story. This happened in America. It's not something I'm making up. And when you look up the family, you're like, yo, this just happened last year. They just got fined last year, $4.6 billion. They're still making drugs. They're still making money. They're just so powerful. It's like you trying to sue Walmart. You can't take them down. They run the country. Amazon, they run the country. So that's the situation it was. So it's so I feel like that's why there's a pandemic, an epidemic right now. Me and Marlon talk about this all the time. Pandemic or so. Me and Marlon talk about this all the time on most of our episodes. People are taking drugs, man. It's crazy. We just don't see it because we're not in those environments anymore, or
Yeah.
never been, or we're not young, crazy and hang out with all these people. But and it's adults, everybody's doing it. It's crazy. That's why I guess that's why people are saying it's anxiety, depression. COVID helped a lot with that too. COVID is another one too because the drugs, that's why Joe Rogan they always get on him about that. The company that made the drug, whatever you call it, the injection, the whatever, I don't know the name. They were doing the same thing too. They're making a lot of money because if you see on the commercials, most of the commercials are from pharmaceuticals. If you try Ritalin, the side effects, you might experience this, they rush through the side effects. But
What that? You might feel.
yeah. You don't hear what they're saying, but when they say Prozac, wanna be happy again?
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you mentioned that. Yeah. Those got some side effects.
75% of the commercials on the TV are biotechnology company, but people don't care. People don't look into it because the shows look cringy. They just like, oh, it's another commercial for a drug for people don't even know what that drug is for, but they're the ones who are making money. So but it's crazy, man. It's a different world.
For real, man.
Very soon you'll be a dad.
Yeah. Have a daughter.
Yeah, you bring a daughter. Bring a daughter into the world.
Yeah.
It means you have to guide her through this stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her in some martial arts and
Yeah.
have her have some good self-esteem for the world.
Yeah.
know.
Would you let your daughter do UFC?
Yeah.
For real? Well, that's
Yeah. Like I feel like we live in a free society, so yeah, I'll let her do that because I really want her to know how to protect herself.
That's true.
Wherever she's at, I don't ever want her to feel like, oh,
Daddy's not here.
somebody just attacked me.
Yeah.
But you never told your dad.
Yeah.
You only told your friends that wouldn't tell nobody else.
Yeah.
Like, and I would never know that. So before that even happens, I want her to feel empowered. Like, you see some of these kids, they're happy. They're not really happy. Like some of their parents, like, maybe were in the military.
Yeah.
Or something. They're just like happy because
they're ready.
Yeah, they're ready.
And they're well trained, well equipped.
Well trained. They meditated in life. Like that's why I took my niece and nephew to martial arts. I put them in Taekwondo.
Really?
Yeah. These kids at their apartments, they were bullying them. I got tired of yelling at the kids.
Yeah.
The other kids. Yeah, I would go up to them and say, hey, if you don't have no dad, don't fucking touch these kids.
Yeah.
And they beat up the dog, the pit bull.
How old are these kids?
Oh, then the kids were like 14. My nephew is 9.
What?
Yeah.
This is in your neighborhood?
Yeah. This is my neighborhood.
So what they do they were bullying your nephew? Or they were just
his friend
Yeah.
and his older brother, were messing with him, and then they started beating up the dog. It's
A
a girl
dog?
dog, yeah, a girl pit bull that
Yo, a pit bull, it didn't eat them
and it's a
alive?
girl pit bull that got abused before. She got abused so much that every time like I try to run to her, she pees right there. Anywhere, if it's in the house, and
Yeah.
there's a carpet, she's gonna pee. She's scared of like black big men. Like if you came to her, she would pee right there.
What?
Yeah, she was abused. The guy.
Whose dog is this?
It's my sister's dog.
She still has it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your sister just had a dog a year or so, a couple years. Is she like?
No, just this year.
Oh, it was this year.
Yeah, yeah. It was
She
this
adopted
year.
it, or?
Yeah, from another dude, another guy.
Yeah, man. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't stand dogs that. I mean, not I can't stand it, but it's tough because I have my dog too. I adopted it,
Yeah.
and
But she her self-esteem like got way better.
yeah,
Like she
yeah,
she's really open more now. I
Yeah.
haven't seen her in like
yeah. She's good now because she's
Yeah.
in a better family. But like when it rains or she hears thunder, or she hears gunshots or stuff like that, she gets crazy. So rainy days I don't go to sleep, man. Cause she's just pacing around, crying. Cause I think what they did is they used to keep you outside when it's raining and thunder. They used to throw her outside, so she's scared of the thunder.
damn.
Oh, and they used to beat her and stuff like that. So anything that's kind of too anxiety or driven or anything that makes noise or too much. Because when we went to the ranch, go shooting, we had to actually live in a quiet place. Because when she had those gunshots, who knows? Maybe they were shooting in front of her. So it's crazy. But I didn't know that until I had it. And man, I was like, man, that sucks. So when it's thunder, I can't even enjoy my sleep at night. Because I like thunder. I like to sleep. But I have to put some music and kind of disrupt it. And then she's. But at this point, I just kind of. Because to get it trained for that, they say you have to make it used to it. You can't be like a baby. If a baby's crying, you don't have to say, oh, you say, hey, stop crying. This is okay and stuff like that. You gotta be, because if you feed fear with fear or with sadness, that's when it's gonna explode. So when it starts running around. If I follow it, say, oh, it's okay, she'll start just pacing more. But when I say, hey, stop, it's okay, and then ignore her a little bit,
Yeah.
she gets better. She doesn't jump around a little bit because she's getting stronger.
That's interesting. I might need to remember that when I get a dog.
Yeah, because you don't want to baby it. That's why they always say don't baby kids. I get it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, because you're not helping the cause, and it happens with dogs too.
Yeah.
So
You can't give them what they want. You have to give them what they need.
what they need, yes, yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Candy. That's why I don't eat candy. That's why I don't condone giving kids candy, because you're killing them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sweet poison.
Candy's another drug too. Them kids be running around.
Yeah.
My little nephew, man, my cousin, I mean, he be running all over the place. When you give him sugar, I literally see him go from 0 to 100 real quick. You give him a donut, I'm like, God.
Oh, the kid with the braids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, sugar really does this to you? I mean, a little thing of sugar like this.
Yeah, I remember, like, when I took stuff like that as a kid, man, I would run, dance. I was everywhere. Like,
that's crazy.
yeah, man, this paying the price now.
Yeah.
6 times at the dentist.
Oh yeah, that's why I need to stop eating sugar, man. Because very soon I'm just I'm straight gums now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That sugar is not good, man. It's not. I feel like the one in America is even worse.
Huh?
I feel like the one in America is even worse. The sugar.
Oh yeah. Thank God it's not the 60s.
Yeah. What was the 60s?
Man, they used to give you what? Everything was like worse than corn syrup.
Seriously, in the 60s?
Yeah, they used to give you sugar on the burgers, donuts with
What?
donuts with extra sugar, cream. Cancer was Why do you think every old person that was young in that day literally has cancer?
That's
you never
crazy.
thought about that?
I thought it was.
They
What they told us was cigarettes.
They didn't have nowadays how they have the GMOs and vegetarian, gluten care. No, they didn't have none of that care. Like it was just orange juice. Where's it from?
I thought it
It's
was
sweet as fuck.
in the
Burgers.
60s.
Yeah, all those 1 cent burgers and
Yeah,
1 cent drinks,
yeah.
and everyone was smoking cigarettes with that all the time. Like what? All those people, man.
I thought
It was
I thought the food was better in the 60s.
tasted better.
I know there was cocaine and coke.
Yeah, man. All that food, man. Like, look, nowadays people know everything from the behind the scenes.
Mm.
Even that they still doing the little stuff, but they're not doing what they used to get away with 50 years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like no one even cared.
Yeah.
People that back in that day, people were just happy. Like that came out of nowhere. McDonald's, like
But how come back in the 60s, they were not that big, though? It's nowadays, people are like big, tall, heavy.
oh, cause it I mean, it took time. Like
Yo,
you
we
know,
got...
it was people had people own things. People own businesses.
Yeah.
There was more people who owned their own businesses than how it is now. How the companies own the companies, putting that pink tar and everything now.
Yeah.
So there was like those fast food places, but not a lot. Like Ray Kroc, the one who discovered.
You know Ray Kroc?
Yeah, I read the book. Ray Kroc, 50-something years old, almost in his deathbed, finds two brothers in like Oklahoma with a store called McDonald's. Goes in there. He's from Chicago.
Oh, yeah. They also had a movie about him, too.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
inspirational.
Yeah. He didn't even start it. He just made it what it is.
He just made it what it is.
Yeah.
Some people said, hey, we should add fish to McDonald's. That's stupid. Some other chain is doing it in like Florida. Okay, let's add it to the menu now. Hey, let's add sausage, bacon, egg, and cheese. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's going hard in Philly right now. All right,
Yeah.
let's have it added to. That's how all these. See, he even said one day they might have pizza in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We at that
Yeah.
point now. I ain't gonna lie to you, though. Wingstop has a new flavor that's really good.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Better than
Lemon pepper.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's called Gold Rush or something. Gold something. It's nice and sweet and
If
tender.
Marlon's not having that, if
He's the
Marlon's
one
not
who
gonna
put
have
him
food
in.
at the lake place, then I'm gonna go eat that.
Did you just say that? There's gonna be a lot of food there. You know that everything we do is gonna be food.
Yeah. See, that's why.
I'm
yeah.
grilling too, so you know.
What?
Yeah, the father-in-law is making some Hispanic food, and I'm grilling some.
Are you hopping in the water?
Of course. Why am I gonna like to look at the water?
I'm gonna have to wear my bat suit, man.
You hop in the water with the bat suit,
Something like that.
or you can put it on the side and wait. Or you don't you don't reveal yourself.
No, I don't reveal myself.
It's serious.
Yeah.
So you get in the water.
Yeah.
It's too heavy. You're gonna drown. Oh yeah, Batman is saving lives, but Batman was never in the water though. What this one is.
Oh yeah, there's Batman in the water. There's different Batmans.
Yeah.
You know, there's a black Batman too.
I'm sitting next to him.
Yeah, I mean, but in the comics too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You watch more of the comics than I did. Even like anime. I still need to get into anime.
Oh yeah, I mean that was me growing up with the anime. I know y'all had Dragon Ball Z though. Like,
Yeah.
y'all,
We even
know.
have like I don't even know. Yeah, those two.
Oh, Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, man. I tried to get in. I'm still trying to get into anime.
Hey, you don't need you honestly don't need to, man. You know, just
I want to
I don't
enjoy
know.
though.
Everybody watches this show like My Hero Academia. I'm never gonna watch that because
You don't like My Hero Academia?
No, it's not that. It's just my time of watching like the big anime shows is done.
It's
like,
done?
I already watched I watched the fathers of it. Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
You heard of that, right?
Yeah.
You know, like I've already watched all the big boys. Like anything now new is not even close to being as good as those shows. The 90s anime were the best ever. No doubt. You could ask Marlon.
Yeah. I know I I know some of those by the name. You know,
Yeah.
if they're like one man hand.
Oh
One,
yeah. See, okay. See that's one of the only ones
mm,
I would watch.
okay.
Like they, yeah. I need to watch that actually, but
Yeah,
yeah, one day I will.
that's good.
That's
That's good.
crazy. You said that one. You s-
Why?
because that one that's a special one. People talk about that show like it's been here for years.
It's
They
new.
yeah. That show started when I was in the one that before that shit started in 2017.
Mm,
Yeah, so yeah, that show was my brother was always telling me about that show.
that's crazy. A lot, but the thing about it, most people these days watch stuff that we already like.
Yeah.
You know, it's coming back. Like they're actually making it more than it really is
Right, right.
today. You know, we already like, yeah. You know.
Right, like I already watched Naruto, like I watched Dragon Ball Z, I watched all that.
Now
I
no,
love how what the Marvel universe is doing. I've
yeah,
been waiting for years for them to do something like that. Like that was just amazing when they made Iron Man for the first time in 2008.
yeah,
Like I didn't know that they were gonna make a Captain America movie 2 years later, and then an Avengers movie. People have been waiting 20 years to see someone like, I don't know, Blade
yeah,
and like Spider-Man in the same movie. Like this
yeah.
is like a dream come true.
I think,
Like even though it's gonna be a different actor it's gonna be Marshall Ali
yeah,
instead of Wesley Snipes because
yeah,
Wesley Snipes got older.
yeah. He got older.
Yeah, the, prison
But
and everything.
he was only there for a year though, wasn't he?
Yeah, for tax evasion, right?
Yeah. That's how they always get us. They get people for tax evasion. That's always
Yeah.
the.
That's why you have to money launder. I learned that from Breaking Bad.
That's why they try to money launder, but it's kind of hard to. That's why drug dealers money launder.
Yeah, to have the tax people knowing where your money's really going.
Yeah.
How are you buying this Ferrari in this big house and you're
Yeah.
working at a car wash?
Uncle Sam is watching.
Yeah. Oh, you buy whatever you need to invest. Hey, people, if y'all listening,
It's okay.
I'm
you
Batman,
giving-
but I'm just saying that's what money laundering is. Have to just show where the money's coming from.
But the feds hate money laundering. That's the charge they always get you with though.
Oh yeah, they loved when they got Capone with that.
They got all the bigs have been taken down with
Yeah.
that. That's their biggest one.
That's
Money
a big
laundering and
one.
RICO.
Oh man,
That's another one they do too.
yeah. I'd rather
It's,
have the laundering than the RICO. That's scary.
yeah.
That sounds like Puerto Rico. Peaky
Peaky Blinders.
no speaker knockers.
Oh,
Rico,
Oh,
yeah.
he's brought speaker knockers. I totally forgot about speaker knockers. Yeah, but yeah, it's they always find a way to get you anyway.
yeah, they always
Mhm.
yeah.
But I think
But
honestly,
the least is conspiracy. That's the least charge they can give you.
but you know the crazy thing though,
Yeah.
I think politicians be money laundering though.
Oh yeah.
They don't pay taxes. Funny thing I'm learning about taxes, the more money you have, the less tax, the more taxes, legally, the more taxes you have to pay. That's why the Trumps and all those people,
Oh yeah. Trump owed like millions.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably money laundering too. He's not reporting he's not reporting all the money that he's making because all the people who are in the tax business or, IRS or whatever, they're in his pocket. So they can't say anything.
I guess that's why they invest in a whole bunch of things to make it look
Yeah.
like where the money's coming from.
They usually get you when you're getting older, when they know you're useless. Like now, you see, it's getting closer to where now they're kind of slowly poking to Trump, slowly poking. That's why they're trying to put him to
Yeah.
trial because that's how they always do it when nobody cares anymore. Like,
Like Shakira.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard they Shakira in Spain.
Yeah. Right. That's why. That's why she's making music again to pay all that.
I was like, what the heck? Not in Spain.
Yeah.
She's getting tax evasion in Spain. I don't know, man.
Man,
Is she from Spain?
She's from Colombia.
Oh, so what's she doing in Spain?
She lives with her husband.
Uh,
They were just staying there. I don't. Yeah. She had a house there. She has houses different places, but they were staying there.
Yeah.
I think they've been staying there for like 2 years, and they said, hey, like something about whatever was going on.
that's crazy, man. I used to have the biggest crush on Shakira.
Yeah, go to I think she's from Cali, Colombia. They all look like that. Cali, Colombia, they have blonde hair.
Curly blonde hair, like.
Yeah, some are straight. They look like white women there. And then you go to Medellin, that's where they have black hair.
Oh, Medellin.
Yeah,
You know I know
Medellin.
Medellin.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I've never been there before, but my friend Juan Diego, he was that's the one who got conspiracy.
Juan Diego.
Juan Diego.
It sounds like I know a Juan Diego.
He's older. He's the one who taught me a lot of Spanish. And I was
You never
teaching
told us
English.
about Juan Diego?
Yeah, I told Misha about Juan Diego, and
Because I feel like I know a Juan Diego. For some
yeah,
reason.
I never met him in the free world, but
Yeah.
he always asks me. He's like, "Why do Americans have bad teeth?"
Because I eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah, but I was telling him.
So what did
"Hey,
you tell
man,
him? Why they have bad teeth? What does it mean? Like cavities?
most people. We were in jail, and most people, they're doing meth or heroin, and yeah, he was just judging and he's right. Most Americans have bad teeth.
So people were doing heroin in jail?
Oh, jail,
Oh yeah, it still gets in there. Contraband.
no, I mean they're coming in for heroin usage.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what
they
you're
have
saying.
bad teeth, blue, green in their
Yeah.
teeth and stuff.
But again, like I say, sugar is not any better drug.
Yeah, it's not.
It still gets you out there.
Yeah, it does, man. That was really interesting.
Juan Diego. That's a dope name.
Yeah, he was really cool, really straightforward.
Yeah.
Because those Colombians, he always told me that everybody has their own thing, but Colombians, they look like the nicest people, smiling and everything, but they're the most deadly.
Most dangerous. I
Kill.
mean, you saw Pablo. He looked like he was so charismatic and stuff until you cross his line.
Cross the line, he'll
Yeah,
bomb you, your
bomb-
city.
and he does everything, and they do it with passion too. When they
He was
punish
the only
you,
one doing that.
yeah,
That's
he
why
did it
all
with
the other cartels
passion.
were scared of him. They were like, okay.
But he was so nice to his kids, so sweet to his kids.
Man.
You
Even
know,
his son to this day talks about, always
Daddy,
defends him.
yeah, because he made sure that area. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, man.
He made sure that area was taken care of. He made sure his kids are good. He was like,
And they're alive and well.
they're alive and well. But then if you mess with him, business as usual.
Straight up a whole nother man.
It's crazy, man. What do you think about dating today?
Dating today?
Or women today? Yeah, what do you think? What's your stance on that?
And my stance on that is, personally, it depends on the country. I think America dating is
It's gone.
It's bad and gone. I think if you really want, you might rarely find a girl who oh man. Honestly, I was thinking about going to Colombia and getting a wife there. But I was actually thinking that for years.
Why Colombia?
I've always wanted to go to Colombia ever since.
No, but I'm saying, why do you want a wife from Colombia though?
Oh, some are, you gotta be careful, of course, but it's more traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I would go to Africa. I would go to, any of those, less rich capitalism countries. Just that's why I would go to Colombia. I love the women. They used to call the city man, I'm probably gonna get it wrong, but they used to call it the Golden City because their women were so beautiful.
Really?
That's what they used to call Colombia. Yeah.
So, do you think with the increase in the artificial body work and most of it coming from Colombia. Do you think there's a lot of women out there who have BBL and lip?
Oh yeah, that's
So-
like a passion out there.
Really?
They do that passionately. Like that's like a girl getting her nails done.
Yeah.
Here,
I see what
over
you're
there,
saying.
that's like, oh, I just did my BBL. Oh, again? Then you just did that 2 years ago? Yeah, I need to get it redone.
Were you
Oh,
the one
okay.
with? Oh no, it was one of our friend Bryant. He was telling us that this guy, he's a bartender now.
Oh yeah, at
He-
the Toyota.
Nah,
Center,
actually,
right?
he hangs out there, but he's a bartender in Plano,
Oh, okay.
somewhere in Plano. Oh no, by the Dallas, the in free no, where is the Dallas Cowboys practice thing? That's the Plano, right?
Oh, isn't that in Frisco?
Maybe Frisco, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bartends over there, so he sees it all. Like he's like, so this girl comes in and say, one day she'll say, "Hey, you're not gonna say anything to me," and he's like, you know how guys are, we guys,
Yeah.
you know how we are. So sometimes we don't, we don't recognize the stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, but we don't recognize the stuff unless it's like it's really apparent, like it's it's an ass, something like that. But
Right.
he was she was like, she was like, oh, I just got my lips done. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Again? That's what you just reminded me of when you say that. So, and I was telling him, I was like, maybe I'm not a dude, I'm not a girl. I get it because I'm not a girl. But I've never really understood like the lips, the nose, the chins. I get it because maybe if I was a girl, it's just like us guys working out, whatever we do.
They
But
want to look like a Pacific someone or
Yeah.
something they seen on TV.
Something they've seen, yeah.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it gets too like,
Too much.
look at little
Those
Kim.
are like accidents.
Look at little Kim. You think so? I just think,
I don't understand it, but I get it. I mean, that's the same thing, but I understand, but I wouldn't do it.
yeah.
It's
That's a good way
addicting to
look
their
at it.
looks. They're addicted
yeah.
to
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like tattoos. You just start doing it and get addicted.
exactly.
I mean, honestly,
And there's some people
yeah,
like you got a tattoo, but like you haven't got a tattoo in years.
yeah, because it's
You don't
expensive.
need. Well, yeah. Like me, I don't. I probably get a tattoo like once a year,
Yeah,
maybe twice a year. Like
yeah, but what I'm saying is like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on her, but like Kim Kardashian, right? You see how she looks right now? I don't even know how people don't see that. Like you can see a bone in here like this and that, and she's getting older.
yeah,
And I can tell. I honestly think the position she's in right now, she feels like she's going out. She's other people are coming in. So I can imagine even like we talked about mental health earlier. I think she's in a place right now where it's probably hitting her too. Like damn, I'm gone. She still has a lot of work time. I know,
Yeah.
but she works out and stuff. But some of her pictures, she looks sick, man. It depends with the angle. And people would like, oh, you look so good and stuff. But I'm like, I miss the Ray J Kim, man.
yeah.
I miss the I would have wanted to see how that Ray J Kim would have came out before the the seasons. I mean, she's gonna say she doesn't get that, but come on now. But at the end of the day, I don't know everything, but I guess things don't stay forever. But remember when she first started making rounds, she was dating every person in the Hollywood and stuff.
Oh, when she was Paris Hilton's
Your best friend, and they were like she was
her secretary, I think,
people forget that she was a video girl too. She was in the music videos before music videos,
or popping.
popping.
Back in 05, right?
Yeah, she was in music videos. Reggie Bush. I'm like,
Oh
was
yeah,
this
Reggie
Kim K,
Bush, He was the biggest football player around that time too. Like I
Exactly.
remember everyone was talking about Reggie Bush
for like 2 months.
yeah. Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. But
Damn.
yeah, I remember those days. Like Paris Hilton, they were making rounds. But if you look at them now, it's like, damn. You see Chloe? I'm glad she's not. She lost weight. She's looking good, but she looks like a whole different person on her face. Like
Oh yeah.
totally different person. Like, who is this person? Who is she? It's crazy. It's crazy, but I get it. I'm sure if I I'm gaining weight right now. So if if a doctor come and say they're gonna lipo me for free, maybe I might say, go ahead. So
Yeah,
I
right.
get it. You know what I mean? And if what's his name? Batman Cave did it.
Oh yeah.
So
Damn.
that's the news. And the rappers are doing it too. Drake's hair grows out. It's all about fake. Hair cut his hair bald today. Next month he has a full grown.
You be seeing those TikToks and videos, right? How the guys get their hair back.
In 2 seconds.
Yeah. While there's no hair here, they put glue They put the Arab hair there. They braid it, man. These guys be
Really?
looking like Pop Smoke. Yeah,
See, at least I understand the glue. I mean, just or extensions.
yeah.
I mean, extensions are normal right these
Yeah,
days,
there's
especially
nothing
for
wrong with
guys. There's
that.
nothing
People
wrong
been
with
doing
that.
it for
But I'm
years.
talking about like actually getting the procedures, like
Yeah, like that.
get injections in like 2 months, your hair is gone. I was like, what happened? Like Drake has had three styles. Drake has three different style hairstyles in 3 months. I've never seen that in my life. But I mean, that's what money does. It is what it is. He's enjoying his life. Life is too short.
Yeah.
Even all of them, I can't knock him. Kim K can do whatever she wants. She's
Some
still
people's
beautiful.
hair
She's
just
still
grows
good.
in 1 month.
Mhm.
1 month is shaved, the next month they got
Yeah.
braids.
Next month they got braids. I'm like, so it's maybe I'm jealous. I gotta let it go. Nah, it's crazy though, man. It's a different world, man.
I think I honestly see. I asked my sister like, "Would you date a guy that did that?" And she was like, "No." I said, "Why not?"
Really? She said no.
Yeah, 'cause like the guys who are bald and then they do that procedure.
Yeah.
The procedure like that puts hair on your head and braids and you look nice. She's like, "No, because what if we go swimming and it falls off?" And I said, "Then he's not gonna go swimming." But like, I like it because I feel like it's art.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
art. Like
I get it.
You know, ancestors like George Washington. I mean, yeah, like
That's a very good point.
yeah, you know, even Egyptians did that. You know,
That's a good
old
point.
Romans did that. Yeah, like it's art. You know, in its own way. Like I think it's like I don't even believe in fashion or style. I think no one has more swag than anybody else because
You're
like,
your own person.
yeah, like look at 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
300 years ago, this guy's just like this. They're going to say he's fly. What if I go back in time? They're going to say, oh my God, what the heck? So, like, nowadays, like, someone's going to look fresh in a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a different show. You're going to say he looks fresh, like Game of Thrones, like that guy looks fresh.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference of you saying this guy looks fresh wearing like Jordans and this and that? Like, there's no difference.
Mm-hmm.
They both look fresh. They have different styles.
They look fresh in their own way.
In their own way. So
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own style. Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Oh, he was fresh.
He was fresh. He had the tan jacket.
Yeah.
You know, the belt up there, you know. I used to sag back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't do it no more. Like,
Yeah.
I stopped sagging like 2015 because I saw like I don't need to do that.
You used to sag?
I used to sag.
I don't remember it.
We were rocking Levi jeans and
I know that, but I've
501s with the Timbs.
I feel like I've never seen you to be that type of guy. For honestly, I just never thought about
Honestly,
it. I can't even picture you sagging.
Yeah, I did it a little bit, but now I don't even do it at all. It's just like
I sagged in high school a little bit too. When it was
like
cool
I think everybody
2009.
did.
But I picked up on non-sagging quite early in the game.
Right?
Early in the game, I noticed that. I saw it. I would look at other people and like, yo, even today, to me, like you said, but to each his own. It looks good on some people.
Yeah.
But it was just, it didn't look right to me. I was like, we looked like zombies. We just looked like, it looks weird. At least for me, it looked weird. So I stopped doing it. And I just never turned back since. Even like you're talking about jewelry. I mean, I wear jewelry. This is my jewelry. You know, I wear my,
Right.
you know, it's my country every day, all day. You know.
Yeah.
But I just, I was talking to Marlo about this too. I don't understand, but I guess it's not for me. But the whole goal, because maybe now because I know how it works. Like, you know, Johnny Dang, you know,
Yeah.
they're making a lot of money of these people, and people are renting. Because now I know people are renting from them. They're not even paying cash.
Yeah.
Because it's expensive. They can afford it, especially if it's real. If it's fake, sometimes, and then now they're getting robbed for it and stuff.
You know all that is new. You know when they started making wedding rings, like 60 years ago. They started promoting it on the radios. They used to go to Africa and steal the diamonds there. They're worth nothing. There was billions of diamonds there. They took all of it. Companies came together and said, we're going to have the diamonds of the world and just sell it to people and market it as wedding rings. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That just started in 1950.
Really?
Yeah, people weren't bowing their one leg. the one need to marry you. It was just like, let's get married. Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this
But
is
now-
all new.
Damn, I never thought about it.
They got all the diamonds from Africa, and they made that decision.
So for somebody to actually go on their knees and bend, is showing you value and giving you this rock.
It's new.
That's crazy.
And race is not real. You know who started racism?
Yeah.
Who?
Marxist?
No. The Portuguese.
Portuguese? How so?
In 1450, Europe was getting mad at Portuguese because they were going to Africa for no reason and taking slaves. They say, you can't do that. That's fucked up. So the Portuguese government went to someone named Gomes de Zurara to demonize Africa and make a book about it to convince them why they're doing this. And that's where the term white and black came from. Not that long ago.
So, but the white at the time were Portuguese.
No, the white people were in Europe. Portuguese, that's...
No, but you say Portuguese started it though.
Yeah, but they're not white. White people didn't start racism.
No, but so why? So who started the black and white? You said the Portuguese started.
Yeah, the Portuguese.
So who were they calling white?
They were calling they're like before they didn't. I mean, the Portuguese, they called the white people in Europe white. They called Africans black, Negroes.
Right.
That they demonized them to make wealth, to make money off of the Africans.
Yeah.
That's why they did that.
Yeah.
That's because they were going there taking the slaves, and Europe was saying that's fucked up. Why are you taking them for no reason? So Gomes de Zurara made a book. I forgot the name, but you could look him up. Like, it will pop up right there.
I always
That's where it came from.
I always knew about gold and exchange being the common cause, obviously, for all these issues, especially racism.
Yeah.
So who owns what? Who's
and
bigger,
America
who's
is
better?
built off of that book.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. But the biggest, you talk about Europe, but the biggest empire that people always forget that really colonized the world was England.
Yeah.
They
With the
actually
Moors.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah.
the Nubians from Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like people forget that, because
after that book, they just...
hence the reason why we speak English.
Yeah.
It's globally known. It's not because of America.
No, it's not.
The whole Columbus thing came after,
Oh, that's like new.
That's modern day.
He even said in his book that there were already Africans here.
Right.
But they don't, want to
Mm-hmm.
say that. So
Mhm.
honestly, race doesn't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like black, Africa, was the first
Mm-hmm.
place in America, but like people are saying like, oh, white people, oh, the black person. They weren't even saying that 1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was even a African ruler in Rome who owned Rome.
I think I know. I heard about that.
Oh, you heard about that,
Yeah,
right?
the African ruler, I knew they existed. I think I read it somewhere.
He was one of the greatest Roman emperors of all time.
Right.
And people would be a lot of people don't even know that. They'll be surprised. They'll be like, "Oh, I thought Rome was done." In that time, they didn't even believe in race.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just if we all came together, like knowing all that, knowing that it's just like we're just like puppets, and it's always the lower class
Mm-hmm.
who deals with racism. Like the rich people, they know that's fake. They know
Mhm.
that's bullshit. But
Mhm.
it's just to keep us in line, the lower
Mhm.
class.
He has to exist.
It has to exist.
Yeah,
So
because it's almost like I was
we
talking
can't
about.
come together.
We can't come together. Because if there's no lower class and there's no upper class, then they cannot be rich, because then they're just selling to each other. So they have to sell to some, or not even just selling to each other. They have to be above somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just like they have to be, as much as this sounds crazy, there has to be a criminal in order for there to be a policeman.
Right, exactly.
Without a criminal, then there's no police.
There's
And
no
then the world
police.
is crazy. It doesn't make sense. But that has to exist, and they don't have jobs. They have to keep peace. But what causes peace? The rockers, the toxic.
The little
must-
rockers, that capitalism.
It has
stuff.
to happen. So it's crazy. Such is life.
It's life, man.
So it's crazy. But that's interesting. I didn't even. I feel like I might have heard about the Portuguese. I just have to kind of research back, but it sounds like I might have. I forgot you've been knowing your history. You know, you've been doing your research.
I just found that out a little bit, even though that's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was really crazy to see that. That's why I look at the world differently now. Like I don't even, when I
It's
see
good.
someone who says some
Mm-hmm.
crazy stuff, always blaming, like sometimes like I understand like there's like racist white people, but
Right.
like
Yeah.
not all white people are racist. Like
That's
you shouldn't be like fuck white people. No,
yeah.
fuck whoever you're saying.
Yeah.
Because it's like what if they do that to us? Like of course they did that for so long to us,
Mm-hmm.
but like we're past that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not gonna say, man, black people be, they're not gonna say that to our face. Not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they did feel like that, they're not gonna say that because it's like, it's respect.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's interesting you say that because I think about that a lot too because the way the way it's sold right now or it's said right now, I try to imagine how they feel because they can't. There's everything is black this black that black this black that black this.
Yeah.
Just kind of playing devil's advocate. It's to a certain extent, it's kind of interesting. How do they live their lives too? Because like right now, if a cop pulls a black person, the first thing they think, I'm sure now they think, oh, he's probably gonna call me racist. They can't even. So I get the argument when people say, um, you know, it's getting hard for cops to do their job because everything is being racially, it's being connected to racism.
right. And that's why
So-
the cops hate
Mm-hmm.
a racist cop even more than,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, yeah, they
Mhm.
hate them more than we hate them
Mhm.
because it's making their job way harder and more dangerous.
Mhm.
So I understand that when they say that, like,
But what I do think, me personally, I think the problem is, of course, I mean, I don't know everything. I'm sure racist. Like you said, there are people who are racist. There's everything, but
right.
what I think the big problem is stigma, because we do it too. Like we say, I probably can say a friend or joke around and say, oh, he did this because he's white, or white people do this because he's Hispanic, because we put a label to somebody.
Yeah.
So naturally, we are programmed to do that. So I think that's where it starts. That's where the issue is, because who knows how a Hispanic person feels when we compare him to, like, we make a joke that's related to something that they were known for doing. Just like when people say Africans do this or he's Africans, they talk like this. Some Africans get offended by that.
Yeah, they do.
So
yeah.
and then that racism word comes in, then like you said, it's made up word. So somebody might take that as racism and say, oh, that's racism. But maybe I just feel like it's just it's that stigma that putting something, okay, when you see a black person sagging their pants, okay, they're a drug dealer, something like that.
The stereotypical.
That
thing,
stereotypical
right?
thing. I think that's where the big problem is, because as a human being, you naturally probably you judge.
Yeah.
So there's a big part of that, I think.
Yeah, I just feel, that's a big part. I just think they need to like start promoting the truth a little bit more, like how that was just made up. Like a lot of Americans were dumbasses,
Mm-hmm.
spreading that false, fake shit.
Mhm.
Like if we all come together, we can like make things elevate and become more than what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
How it's like divided.
Yeah.
I've seen racism. Racism has happened to me. Like
No,
yeah.
it definitely exists.
Yeah.
Like I said, it exists. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
like,
it's happened to me too. I mean, it's like I can't even say like racism, just even ignorance too. That because I even told it's hard sometimes to understand what exactly is going on. Because I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of white friends.
yeah,
I have a lot of Hispanic friends. I have a lot of other black friends. But I have friends like that too, like even black friends that have grown in a white world, or that have grown in a rich world, so when I hang around them, sometimes they make comments that I've had to think about it, like, okay, did he really mean this? Was he being racist? Was he? So then I clicked. I was like, okay. These days, actually, I look at things. I try to look at things, especially as I'm going from perspective.
right.
Everybody's coming from a different perspective. It's like I'll give you an example of my grandmother. She if we're throwing stuff away, food, she gets mad so much. Even if we feel like it's just leftover and stuff, but we may say, oh no, it's too much. It's gonna get bad, you know what we. But she's coming from a perspective where she lived in places that are poor. She lived in places where you don't throw food away, like we
Right.
did too. But
Yeah.
up to this time, she looks at it serious. Like, why did you throw it? Even 3 fries? Keep it and eat it tomorrow, something like that. Then we can get back and forth and argue like, well, okay, well, it's bad and such. She said, no, but you know, somebody back home there is going through this. Somebody back home is stuff like that.
Right.
So that's why I say I try to look at things from perspective. So yeah, that's a good point. You know, but it's interesting, man. It's like what Drake said. It's what a time to be alive. So
Exactly, bro. Like
yeah.
your grandma's like, I love your grandma, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever I
Mm-hmm.
next to her and she has something to say, she's always saying some real stuff, man.
Some real stuff, and older
Yeah.
people do that too. That's a good thing about the elderly too.
Like we were just talking, me and her and your mom
Mm-hmm.
and your sister. Like I like how your mom acts like herself,
Mm-hmm.
even with her sister. Like she reminds me of me and my sister. Like she just talking shit.
And that's
Just,
very
yeah, like she just saying whatever she wants to say, and her mom is there too, and
Exactly.
it's just very nice. It's a blessing, like to
and
see that.
that's also why I also respect you too. 'Cause it's very powerful to be yourself.
Yeah,
When you just act like yourself and just
people respect
people respect you more. And
know?
even you don't have to worry about too much. You don't have to worry about
Right.
pleasing people
Please, exactly. That's a
or
big one. Right there.
doing stuff that's out of your
Your control.
your control. Exactly.
Mhm.
So it's a good thing. So and most people don't understand that.
Because
Yeah.
if you do something that people know you're gonna do or you would do,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a big deal. But if you never bring it to light that you would do something or you're some kind of way in their eyes, they're gonna be surprised, or they might have a problem, or it might become a problem because they're not used to you or seeing you do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why right when they meet you or the first time they set eyes on you, act yourself.
Exactly.
Act yourself, yeah, and tell them like what's on your mind. Like I just tell my girl like, oh, she likes girls. Okay, I want to see you with girls one day. Or oh, I like girls with high socks, so I got her high socks to
Yeah.
wear like if I want to. Yeah, or like like man, people respect you when you're honest, man. Like I would just say right when I meet somebody like anybody, I like to just get it off my chest like, okay, I went to jail for aggravated robbery. They arrested me on the DFW airport. I was there for 1 year.
Yeah.
I was with child molesters, people who commit sexual assault, murderers,
Yeah.
etc. And they get fascinated because
Yeah.
in their head their brain is like
Yeah.
hearing all this. They're recording it. They're always gonna remember that, and they're seeing like, okay, this guy likes to speak his mind. So it's like they get comfortable. They become comfortable. That ice starts to melt.
Yeah.
That's what I learned
That's
about people.
That's good too. That's very good.
Yeah, I
And-
learned that
and
from
it's-
watching all those shows,
Mm-hmm.
movies.
Mhm.
You watch Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's himself the whole time.
The whole time. It takes you a
No.
long way.
He told him,
Mhm.
don't talk to her.
Yeah.
Don't talk to my sister.
And he didn't listen.
He could have had any girl he wanted. This guy was handsome,
Yeah.
rich.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey,
Yeah.
it's just, if a crazy guy tells you that, I mean, I think you would
Yeah.
heed his word, like.
And he just messed up everything from there.
He just messed up everything, and it's a very big life lesson if you watch that. And
Yeah. People don't see those. I feel like most movies or a lot of shows they have
big meanings.
big meaning, and people don't see that.
They don't see it. That was great that I just watched Breaking Bad. And you've been watched that, but I'm glad I watched it now because it definitely carried a different kind of vibe from other type of shows and movies like that in his own way.
Mm-hmm.
He was a guy who he didn't do any of that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which I understand. And he just wanted to feel alive.
Yeah.
His whole life he was introverted in his own little world.
Yeah. It's crazy though. That show
Yeah.
was. Whew.
I was addicted.
Can you imagine how many of people out there like him?
Out there, right?
Mm-hmm. What was his name again? I just said
Walter White.
Walter White. Yeah. How many
Yeah.
Walter Whites out there?
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg. Yeah, that show kept me on my toes, man. I was like, that's just
I could
crazy.
imagine. I can't imagine you like just. You were faithful to that show. Huh?
Yo, I was going to work, and that's the time I was
You were
working.
going to work watching it low key, right?
Yeah, I was working a desk job then, and I would have my little computer playing it there.
Yeah.
You know, the mouth open, just watching the show instead of working. It used to eat me. Watch it to work, get to work, watch some more, leave work, watch some more, get home, watch some more. It's crazy.
I was like, this guy, man. I was like, that was so clever. Like, I really enjoy scripts. Like, that's how I do my videos, and it gets better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing these different kinds of scripts in movies or shows, like, that was so nice how he had $80 million in there and on the ground. And they tracked him by going to the same truck company and seeing and asking him, do they have GPSs that are in those vans that he took the tubs in, each containing $10 million. They got the GPS, and that's how they tracked it to those coordinates right there, and got his money. And
I feel like they're also giving the Fed some ideas on how to track these people.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
Man, if I had 80, if I was doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I would have not used that. I would have went to the junkyard and just got something with, oh damn, but then I would get stopped by the cops because I'm driving with no license plate on it, because that was a long drive he took.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would, man, I would probably have to ask. Oh man, but then they would go to the dealership just in case. I would go to someone who has a car that doesn't have a GPS tracker in it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes. Like,
Everybody does.
I could have made
And I
that
think that's how
mistake
they
too.
usually get, you know. It's
Yeah.
always a simple mistake too.
Simple mistake.
Yeah, that you never expect to happen. That's always what gets them. You know, it's just like the last thing you'd expect.
Man, and he was intelligent, man. But
Yeah. They got Chapo.
Yeah, they got Chapo. That guy was a genius.
He's a genius. I don't know what happens from now, because he's definitely not getting out of that jail.
His sons now rule Sinaloa.
He has 3 though, doesn't he?
Yeah, they call themselves the Chapalettes. No, really, something like that.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, they're the biggest gang in Sinaloa. It was Chapo's best friend, the guy that they never found to this day. Rumor is he's dead. What's his name? Mayo. Mayo.
Yeah, El Mayo.
They never seen this guy ever. Only like 2 pictures exist of him.
Mm-hmm.
He was Chapo's best friend.
Yeah.
But now his Chapo's sons and him are beefing.
Yeah.
They're beefing because something little. I think because Mayo accidentally got Chapo caught, or about money or something. But it's crazy how the
relationship get broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's always they always start as friends and stuff, and then just something goes wrong. Usually, it's usually with it's usually women who do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not
man.
that it's their fault, but usually, because like you said, you know, somebody tries to talk to somebody's sister, somebody talks to somebody's wife, or the woman just says, you know, she's mad.
Yeah.
She tells, oh, your weakness shows up. You're at a place you're not supposed to be. When, you know, it's just because your emotions, you don't think, you know, when you're in an emotion state of mind.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's how it goes, you know.
Man, that's how it goes, man.
But
Yeah.
it's part of life.
That narco show really taught people.
Yeah, they're gonna come out. I think they're coming out with a new
Nah, he said there's no more.
Is no more?
Yeah, he said.
Narcos no more?
Yeah, there's no
Cause
more.
it's still. I thought they were getting into Chapo now.
Nah, he said. See, I looked that up too. He said that there's no need because
Yeah.
we already live. We're living in that now.
Mm.
He said that he wanted to make us see like what we missed. You know, like I mean, I missed it because I was born in '95.
It's gonna come out not today, not soon though, but maybe 30 years from now or something.
Yeah,
Where it's like,
but you know they have different shows of everyone.
yeah,
But not the Narcos.
They did
Narcos
it
did
good.
amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, watch. There's another one called. You even know this sound. There's another one called El Chapo actually. It's
Oh
in Spanish.
yeah, I know
watched
that.
it, and I watched it in captions.
It was good.
It was good.
How
Just
good? Like
but
good as Narcos.
It was good.
Good
But
as Narcos.
I liked it because they were using original Mexican actors. So, the guy who acted Chapo did a good job. It does. It's still going on. I'll look up and see where.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. How many seasons
It's called
was
El
it? It
Chapo.
was
It's a lot because they show that
Oh,
one really
man.
shows his life from when he was young and all this stuff. It's really good.
When he was like the
Yeah,
real shorty.
Little shorty. But one thing I like about these shows is they really depict exactly. They're all similar, so you really some way acted better, but I think they really show exactly who Chapo was. Like they did their research. Like some of the things in the about happened. I'm at a point where I know, oh, this happened to him, or this when the cops followed him, or this when he got shot, or this when he escaped. But it's because they really started. The story's out there, everybody knows it. So it's just
Yeah.
it's crazy how you can watch a movie knowing what's about to happen, right?
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that is crazy, man. Especially when you watch it so much times.
Mm-hmm.
When did you watch it?
I watched most of it like sometime last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you just finished that last Narcos one.
Yeah. I switch back and forth. I watched another one. I watched is I like those type of shows, man. And I watch them in captions too, and they're showing because that's how you know Hispanic, so you.
Oh, I still watch the caption because sometimes the
too-
different cultures they talk fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those Colombians.
Yeah.
And all those South Americans, man.
Mm-hmm. So
They talk really fast.
yeah, but we clocking 1:30 nowadays, sir. So
What?
1 hour 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
So,
guess it's time to wrap up, right?
Yeah, of course we have a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, but like I said, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I
Yeah.
feel glad to be in such his life. I
Yeah,
think.
man. Next time you bring a guest, you bring somebody, we can talk about some other things. We can argue and whatever it is, man. Everything is open here, as you can see. And I hate it because when I'm going back home, I'm gonna be thinking like, damn, I should have asked Dasta about this. Damn, I should have talked about this. Damn, I'm gonna talk. But that's what it is, We'll talk forever.
Oh,
know.
we'll talk whenever, man.
Yeah.
We
Where
got
is your
it.
next? Where is your next show? Ain't you have a show coming soon?
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Where is it?
It's in Deep Ellum. It's 3528 Commerce Street.
What's the name of the place?
I don't know the name of the place.
How is the show game happening right now? How's everything?
Oh man, it's back.
It's back.
It's back. Yeah. It's
Same
like
promoters though, or it's different?
same promoters.
Mm.
Yeah. Even actually more now.
Mm.
More promoters. Like Dallas is really people. People are starting to do more podcasts, more
Mm.
hosting now. Like
Yeah. Just split it a little bit. It's probably a lot of newer artists too.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Mm-hmm.
some models I used to work with are now rapping.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's good though.
I'm nice. That's nice, man.
Mhm.
Like anybody could do music. I don't even see it like how
Mhm.
like it's only a percentage of people doing like
Mm.
it's just a thing someone can do to show their art.
Mm.
But
AB's doing it.
who?
Antonio Brown, the football player.
Oh yeah, him, that boxer too.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He did that song I think with Skipper the Flipper.
Yeah, they're doing it, man.
Antonio Brown, man, all these people, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter who you are.
Music is good, man. It's therapeutic. It talks to you. Even this podcast too, you get out, you get everything out, and it's it is what it is. But we have a show to go. No, we have a birthday to go to tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun,
Oh yeah.
enjoy
lots
it.
of food.
But with that, I'm gonna close it out with this thing that I say every time on our shows. It says, "Such is life." This is like our motto. It's always better to accept reality or any accidental misfortune, as life is always unpredictable and the results are not always in our hands. Such is life.
That was amazing.